Hello, today let's watch an East African regional football, or call it soccer match that was between Uganda and Kenya in celebration of International Youth Day 2023. The youths in both the East African countries decided to have a friendly match with the Kenyans traveling all the way to Uganda. However, before we dive into the match, let's have a quick walk to the venue that was Makerere Sports Ground located within the biggest and best university in Uganda. Formerly the best in East and Central Africa, or perhaps in all of Africa, that's Makerere University. One of the best aspects of this over century or 100 years university in its existence is how it has maintained its lush green environment, as we shall explore more its premises in near future. But first, let's go have a look at East Africa's first professional youth-friendly match. Makerere University has many entrances, so here, we took the lower end of the road that's within the staff and non-staff quarters aligned on both sides of the road as we walk through. These houses have been in existence almost as old as the university itself. Well built with the main housing and boys' quarters, including gardens and trees with a natural green fence all around. The university, even its outside perimeter fence, was green, but due to increased land grabbing as years go by, the university has built a concrete fence to protect its land. However, the green fences within remain with lots of trees alongside and afforestation, where a small forest of trees was built around 2007-2008 to increase trees. Must say it's a beautiful forest now to explore later, with more forests planted to support the bird sanctuary. That upper junction leads to the university main area, like departments, lecture rooms going all the way past the Lumumba Boys Hall on the right and staff quarters on the right, including small shops and local restaurants. Alright, let's continue. Most of the university halls are named after famous figures. We are passing alongside gardens that act as fence also for housing. Can you recognize some of the crops along the way? The homes are well built with large compounds still green today. However, over time, there has been a decline in the green fences, reducing much of the previous more privacy, exacerbated by the shortcut road diversions due to wall fence that only formerly used by staff, now shared by students. Also, you can see some reared animals like goats that have to feed the green, sometimes extending on the fences. But generally, green fencing is still good, and the garden alignment along the road improves food security, where food is grown in open and urban environment of the university residence premises. Look closely, far end is the concrete perimeter wall under construction to protect the university land. It passed its edges. Outside is a road going all the way to town in Kampala, capital city center, busiest area. Oh yes, the university is still located in Kampala. On the outskirts outside are and all round the university are hostels and businesses targeting students, like fast food restaurants, stationery services, hostels such as the Orange Stories building outside the fence. But let's enjoy more these gardens and point out more crops. African gardens are usually a mixture of various crops, such as plantain mixed with cassava, vegetables. Sugarcane is planted for home consumption and the surplus sometimes sold. Otherwise, the countryside has more plantations, as we shall explore in future. Subscribe with us, not miss out, please. Thank you. This looks part of Lumumba Boys Hall. Lumumba was a great famous Pan-African leader. The hall was named in his honor. Here, you can have a closer look at how the African gardens generally are mixed crop farming with various crops. Can you remember some of that pointed out earlier? Uganda has two main rainy seasons. The August rains have started, and you see some land preparations. Take a final look at gardens before we enter this green fence, where we shall now be hosted for the football match. Upper tiny path leads to a girls' hall called Mary Stuart before accessing departments. This upper path, formerly a shortcut, was connecting all the below to the main below before construction of the university fence. It's now mainly used to access the sports grounds. Welcome everyone. Let's now kick off the match finally. As we enter through the one side of the gate, we can see the main football or soccer area. Alongside are running tracks all around the fields and other sports grounds like tennis and basketball to the left of the pitch. And yes, spectators every corner. Several football teams can play over the weekends and evening time using the small spaces, including other sports for both university students and outsiders. However, on specific days like today, the soccer pitch can be rented out for official use, dependent on occasion. Before we start watching fully, the match was played full time. It was a friendly match organized by the Young African Leaders Initiative called YALI from the East African region. YALIRLC trains several professionals in leadership skill sets under different tracks. All professionals across Eastern Africa and extending all the way to the Great Horn of Africa are trained under one roof at Nairobi's Business Kenyatta University. These professionals, organized in different cohorts, keep up to date under their country chapters over the years. Through that, they implement back community and leadership activities of impact change that transform and empower their communities. The beauty about it too, these young African leaders also conduct activities like this sports that revive them as professionals in world of work to gain peer support and continuation to be the best they can be in their community and country at large. The activities can be in country and regional exchanges. The Uganda chapter organized and invited the Kenyan chapter over for thus friendly sports match in commemoration of International Youth Day, held on August 12, 2023. The activities kicked off with tree planting at a secondary school where a forest was planted comprising over 100 trees in honor of environmental conservation and climate change mitigation, while youthful leaders taught the young generation of students the importance of greening while planting together. Alright, now relax and enjoy the match with vuvuzelas as the youthful leaders cheer on their countries. Which one will you be supporting? Kenya or Uganda? Blue or white? Colors matched per country, enjoy. And please remember to keep watching to the end and wait for more explanations in between the match, including African grass hut traditional housing, national mosque, airport and planes, marabou stork, conservation, birthdays, exhibitions, speeches, and yes, more football. Stay with us till end. Smiles. It has never looked so closer. Actually have never noticed it despite being at this pitch several times. Even during this match, I never saw it physically. It was until this documentary editing and we go like, isn't that the Gaddafi Mosque? Uganda's national mosque. Yes, it is. Woo!
Whoa! Chunga huyu jamaa. Huyu namba 10.
That's the sound of vuvuzelas, originated from South Africa during World Cup 2010, a famous sound in African football matches today.
Uganda, oye. Kenya, oye.
It's a yearly event. Kenyans in Uganda. You can feel it you.
Ouch.
Attack! Attack! Player down!
This airplane plane is heading to Entebbe International Airport. the only international airport in Uganda established since the 1920s by the British colonial government that ruled the country then for their ease and quick transportation means. Check out this tin or iron sheet housing the African traditional grass-thatched housing architecture. So, continuing about transportation, one can travel to Uganda via Entebbe International Airport by air, or they can cross through borders of other countries in East Africa like Kenya using bus or car means. The Kenyans came by bus that you can see from the other end of the pitch with the main gate.
Kenya A, Uganda Z. Uganda Z. The winning goal. Yeah, Uganda 2, Kenya 0, the first half. Survive after 5. youthful. Uganda.
In between the match, there were also some birthday celebrations of some youthful leaders. Enjoy the background music of it. The interactions and cheers quickly kicked in between the people. It didn't matter the friendly score. Networking is one of the utmost importance of such events.
Okay, celebrations for that.
Alright, you can dance to some music and listening to local songs while networking, including speeches from leads of both countries, sightseeing other sports matches, going through product exhibitions alongside a representative from the American Embassy, which funds this training alongside its partners.
Again, you can't keep us on football and the better than that. We have to wait a little while. Let's agree on that, so we need to take on the dance, right? That's right. Team Kenya, Team Kenya,
Amazingly reminding us, sharing everything on time. People are so really about it. And then we have our business
Yes, yes. How many do you want?
Thank you so much. Maybe talk about the Portugal Now I have some good news for the babies.
Thank you for joining us today. Hope you've enjoyed the walk, and especially the match between these two of Africa's most youthful countries of Uganda and Kenya. These African youthful leaders are doing great work to transform their communities. What can you and I do to make the world a little better?